Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at a new tangle from Zentangle called Wyfore. Now, this was just released, if you will. I don't think it's been on a newsletter yet, but I attended a certified teacher CZT seminar we call Zen Again, and they released several. This was one of them. So we're going to take a look at it today. It's a really, really neat tangle. And I'm just going to show it singularly and then show you some of the stuff that I did so you can see how you might want to use it. So I think we're going to call it maybe like a floating fragment because you can take this one piece, you could just have fun with it as it is, but you can put it together with others and have amazing fun. All right, starts off with kind of a curved line that goes into a spiral like that. And then we're going to do one going the other direction. I'm going to turn my tile because one of the things that we like to make sure to do in Zentangle is, plant your hand down. We want your hand to stay comfortable. And then it's like you have a natural curve here, so we'll might as well use it so that way we can have a little bit of consistency and comfort both ways. All right, so just deciding how. Sometimes though, doing it in the opposite direction, it's like I have to think for a minute and aim to have it similar. Oh, not too bad. In I think I've said it before. In Zentangle, close does get you the cigar. All right. So once you have this, then what we're gonna do is find the top of these curves, and we're gonna draw a line in between them. I'm gonna utilize the takeoff and land concept. So that means tracing over just a little bit of this, and then when we land over here, tracing over a little bit on this side. Now, this does not have to be a straight line. We just did this on my Tangle Time sessions today, and had a lot of fun with it and saw a lot of really neat um, uh, variations because we all put our own little spin on it, and it's just really neat to see. If you want to see those results, make sure to go to my website. I'm just going to do this real here. I just like to curve mine down a little bit personally. But go to my website, tangleaddicts.com. Link is in the description. And subscribe to my blog there. It's on the right hand side. You'll see where you can enter your email. Because when I get the replays done and processed and gather some pictures from some of the people that were on the call, uh, I will make a post. So we'll have links to the step outs, and you'll get to see the amazing work that everybody did and be inspired as we all were looking at what each other did. Okay, so we have this line up here connecting these two pieces. And then we're going to use the hollow bow technique. And I'm going to start right here on the tip. And the hollow bow technique, if you don't know, we're going to draw behind this section. So what I will do is, starting here, I'm going to draw the line, pick up instead of going over, right at that line, picking it up, traveling it over or across that section, put it down afterwards, and then continue up. And this is one of those things where sometimes, we like to air draw a little bit. And I also found that sometimes just having the little bit of curve in there helps with things like this because it's like, well, these aren't exactly even. So, adding that little bit of curve, again, it just helps. And then, similar to what we did on the top, we're going to do here on the bottom. So just finding that lower edge, tracing over it a little bit as I take off and then as I land. And I also noticed today that it seems like when I do the takeoff and land, I'm slowly putting my pen down. So if you think of a plane taking off and both taking off and landing, it's not straight up and down like say a helicopter. There's a or you could, well, sort of thinking of, I guess it's a different direction, like merging on to a highway or something. But I just noticed today's like I seem to, I don't put the pen down hard on the line. I just kind of like ease into it and then go, and then as I'm coming off, I do the same thing. That's really funny. All right. So once we have this, and this part you don't have to do. This is really kind of part of the decorating, but following the step out, we're going to just aura that side, and then also right in here, so this outer edge like that. And you can, if you can get the curve in there, that's good. And I'm doing the same thing here, turning my towel. So this is interesting. If you've watched any Zentangle, one of the things with auraing, one thing that's nice is being able to see the line that you're auraing. When it comes to curves, I always kind of go back and forth with is which is more important, that I see the line that I'm tangling. I mean, and it's not like you're hiding that much from this little bit of a pen. But at the same time, I mean, I do like to see it, but I also like to use the natural curve. So it's just a toss up. So on these, I'm going for using the natural curve because it helps to keep that aura nice and straight. And then you just turn the tile, right? So that way you can, we're just old. I don't remember where I heard it first, but the saying of "you hold the pen, I'll move the paper," and that's kind of what we do with this. All right. Okay. So now we'll just do a little bit of shading, and then, like I said, I'll show you some ideas for more fun that you can have with this one. All right, and my pencil is hiding from me. There it is. So lots of different ways too that you can shade. One, I mean, if you want to just fill this all in with the pencil and just make it gray, you can. What I like doing though is just getting that top part, like right here. And really, you could kind of go in a little bit into those. Actually, could go all the way down that side. But I'm going to let the tortillon work for me there. And, all right. And sometimes I'm using little circles, and sometimes kind of a straight up and down or side to side. Oh, yes, like that. And this is at least a big enough space where you want to have some original tile color in there so that it looks like something. That side got real dark there. And then I ended up going down the one side, so I wanted to do both. But I'm going to come back here and go just maybe a little bit darker, right where that curves in. No, normally in Zentangle we don't worry about thinking of light source. This one is collapsing on itself here. This one is a nice seasoned. Well, it's not. Oh, there it is. I have this one. I should date these sometimes because it's so fascinating. How, I mean, this you can just see. Look at how loved that is. And I think it was smaller to begin with, and so it's kind of kept that a little, even though it's smushed in a little bit. I can still get into nice little places with it, and there we go. Oh, that's neat. That's neat. And you can kind of come off a little bit. What I was starting to say is we don't generally worry about light source and things when we're thinking about putting in the graphite to shade. A lot of times it's what do you want to have recessed, what do you want to have brought up, but we do, it is nice to sometimes think a little bit about the shadow concepts, like, well, what would be kind of darker here, and we just, one of those, we don't worry so much about it, but it is fun if you can create this effect. And so there we have it. Oh, I'm going to share one other thing. I don't think they didn't put this in the step out, but I really like it, so I'm going to share it. And that is, we're just going to aura a little bit. So we're going to put like a little V in here, like that. And then a little curve line up at the top. and then we'll fill it in. But you can decorate this however you wish to. This is one neat way. And actually, since I kind of got the edges, we're filling in. I moved to the graphic one, just because it's makes it a little quicker for fill in, and it's just neat. It's just neat, and then why not just put some little orbs going down. All right. Oh yeah, because that's kind of what we did. So when we did this in one of our sessions, that is what we did. So that's nice. Um, fun tangle. Now, one of the things that I thought about and then played with is because a lot of times when I'm doing this and it kind of is working into a spiral, I'll just keep going and do too many turns. And I want to share, if you end up doing that, it doesn't matter, because two things. One, so like this, it kind of went over a little bit, and I just drew the line to the top. Just as I shared here, and so there's this little curve over. It still looks fine. Um, where's the other one that I did? So this, I'll save the best one for last. This one, so you can have lots of fun with this, as I mentioned, using it as a fragment. And so I started off right here doing these ones to the corners, and I started off about here, and I did it in the four corners, and then I decided, and actually this came, I think, from the sessions that we did at Zen again. And so I doing the aura, then decided, oh well, let's connect all of these, and I connected them with a nice curved line, and then connected the auras. So that's where that started. Then I decided to add some, on top of that line. So those ones started, so it's like if you can ignore this, that started there. And then decided, oh, well, let's continue this fun. And it's kind of made me think of the Tangle aura knot a little bit. And so then I thought, oh, well, we'll connect those, but we'll go underneath the existing lines because we're not going to go over. And put this, V in here at the bottom, so then we could add in, an extra aura line. And then I did it on the other ones, and so it was fun. And then I decided to, well, let's go the other direction too. Why not? And Wyfore, why not? So that was fun, and that's one thing that you can do with it, is just combine it in any way that you want to. And these have the scroll parts going out. This one I have the scroll parts going in, and then decided to connect the lines this way, and it just creates a really neat effect. I haven't finished this one yet, but I did start decorating. So this is another thing that you can do, is you can decorate inside with a pattern or something inside this area, but then have it come around to the front side, of the scroll part. And then this one I was playing with, because I like to do more turns on the spiral. And then all you have to do is, it's the same concept as what we did up here, is, here's that straight line. This one is in the step out. Well, and the bottom one. Well, I just added another one in there, right at that tip. So instead of it being, here, it curved in. So you just continue the concept of putting the straight line in, at the top and the bottom of the spiral. So if you went, even more times. There's some tangles out there. One is Zenplosion, and I think Ediper. Those are the two that are in my head that have this kind of concept of creating what looks like a scroll, and with more turns than just one. So that's some additional fun that you can have with it. Let's see, and then, and so this is the one that we did at our session, and it's similar to, like I said, what I was doing here on this tan tile. And like I said, it's a neat concept. This one I did do an aura around the outside, because it always looks neat to have an aura around, the entire project. Sometimes it just finishes it off neatly. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, would love to have you click like. Feel free to share it and leave comments. If you liked it enough to see more, I would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. Um, I mentioned the description section. I will have a link to my version of the step out because I don't think Zentangle has released it yet. Like they'll put it on their newsletter. I highly, highly recommend you go to zentangle.com and subscribe to their newsletter so that way you get all the stuff when it comes out from them. They always they put they don't. It's not necessarily like a once a week type of blog, but they always put out really interesting things, and also they do project packs periodically. And being that at the time of this recording, it's the day before Thanksgiving, uh, and I know that they're going to do it again. They'll do the 12 days of Zentangle, and there's a project pack. You can purchase a project pack at zentangle.com. I don't put them on my site. But you can purchase them, or wait till it's already come out and then see what it's all about. They always do an intro video on the first day, and if it's tools you don't have and you decide to get it, you can usually get it afterwards. But they always do some neat project, neat concepts, and it's nice to hear stuff from them. So highly recommend that. So there won't be a For More Inspiration link because I don't have anything yet, but do subscribe to my blog so that way you can see the results of the session where we played with this tangle. That will provide a lot of inspiration. So I hope that you will do that. All right. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.